Good morning. Okay, so nice to see you this morning. Thank you for joining me. At the end of the class, one of our managers always titles these classes based on what ends up coming out of my mouth. I'm tempted to call this class Still Standing, but let's see if there's a better name that arises than Still Standing. But we are going to be focusing today on some standing postures and, well, particularly some warrior postures. And the two qualities that we'll be working with are steadiness, big surprise, and openness, being open. And have you found over the last few months that those two qualities you've been playing with internally? I know that I have. And I know that I have a choice to make when the opposites occur, when I feel fear or when I want to close. I have a choice to make to subtly and with some skill and some compassion shift it. So we'll just look at that subtly while we practice today. So why don't we begin on our back, shall we? It's a great place to begin on a Saturday morning. On the back. Yes, lying back so that you're really quite comfortable. Let the shoulders draw down the back here, just feeling the back of the shoulders connect and drawing the navel to the spine. Let's bring the knees in and give ourselves a hug. Just wrap the arms around the legs. Yeah. Okay, and then maybe a little happy baby. You can take it slow because it's still quite early in the morning. You can hold the calves or the ankles or the feet. And maybe a little rock to side, feeling into the muscles on each side of the spine. And go ahead and extend the left leg long. And just weight your right leg. So your left hand is on your left hip. Go ahead, relax a little bit the right leg. You can feel how the inner thigh, it comes right up against the rib cage. Let your right shoulder soften. And feel as though the pelvis is pretty steady. Now from here, move your left leg out just as much to the left as possible. You may find that it doesn't go very far at all, maybe 6 inches. See what it's like for you. And it may not want to stay out there. And then go ahead, take it back, release right leg. And let's draw left leg in. Like a half happy baby. Inner thigh toward rib cage. Soften, relax, open. And then take your right leg just a little bit to the right. See what it's like over there. And push through your right heel quite a bit. Notice you may want to fall out to your left a little bit. Let's really anchor the right pelvis. Okay, let's inhale. Exhale, release. All right, so far so good, yes? Bring both legs in. Cross your ankles. Let's roll a few times. Exhale up. Inhale back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, the feet land, the hands land. Let's take the legs back behind us and come all the way down onto our belly the way that we do. Now from here, let's take the left arm out to the side with your right hand under your shoulder. Walk your left arm out to the left. The head can rest down and we just roll onto the outside of the left hip. We may not go very far. Some of you may be able to bend the knee and continue on, but please relax the muscles at the top chest and the collarbone area. And then gradually come back onto the belly. And right arm out. And over we go. Noticing what this side is like. And sweeping the breath up into that area. I was dusting my ficus yesterday inside my house. I was just sponging the leaves and noticing how much dust had accumulated on the leaves. And I was thinking about the relationship between dust and how it accumulates constantly and what happens with our fascia. We know that it gets sticky and glides less easily, and it's much like dust. And this practice is helping to re-lubricate. We're dusting, essentially. And we unwind. All right, so that's enough of that. Let's take it back through puppy just for a moment. Take the hands forward, hips up, pelvis back. Inhale through the nose. Exhale the breath. Draw navel to spine. Then relax the belly again. Inhale. Exhale completely. Navel to spine. And relax the breath. Inhale. Rise up. Little cat. Rounding. And then cow. Let it go. And we'll inhale cat, which we don't usually do. Inhale. Exhale. And initiate this movement through the tailbone, curling in and then opening out. And one more. Good. Walk your hands forward a little bit. Tuck your toes under. Downward facing dog. Let's walk it back and forth. And when you're settled and you've got a little bit of length along the hamstrings, bend your knees, send both hips up and back. Good. Wrap your shoulder blades as if you could draw them forward toward your sternum. Inhale, exhale, knees bend, look past the hands, step forward between the hands. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, lengthening. Exhale, release. Inhaling. Exhale. Good. Inhale, push the ground away. Rise all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, release the arms in prayer position at the heart. So let's open the practice with the Gayatri mantra. If you know it, please join me. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om. So we feel ourselves standing steady at the top of the mat. It's all inhale, send the arms up. Exhale, folding forward, out and down. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, palms down, step back to plank. Take a breath here in plank, wake everything up. Exhale, knees down, torso down. Put the whole body down. Point your toes back behind you. Inhale, lift the chest, pull your mat. Exhale, slowly lower. Again, inhale, lift up. Barely use the arms. So there's a lot of barely use the arms today. Exhale, and once again, barely use the arms. Exhale, release. Good. Draw your navel to spine. Take it back through puppy to downward facing dog. Settling inner and outer heels back and down. Good. Steady through the feet and the legs. Feeling even from the hips to the hands and from the hips to the heels. Inhale, exhale, bend your knees, look past your hands, step or float forward. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, let it go, including your head. Good. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms touch at the top. Exhale, release the arms. Pause. Just closing the eyes for a moment in mountain pose. Extend through your fingertips quite a bit. And lengthen the spine. And notice what steadiness feels like in your body this morning. You might notice how the body is just constantly adjusting for us to be able to stand on our own 2 feet. Then we inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward, out and down. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, palms down, step or float back and lower through or knees and torso down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, back over the toes, downward facing dog. Good, enjoying the breath. Watching the wind blow. It's wind blowing right here. Good, one more breath. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees, look past the hands, step or float forward. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, we rise all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, release the arms. Close the eyes for a moment once again. Be present to the breath. Good. Inhale, send the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, out and down. Inhale, sweep your left leg back and place the knee on the floor. Would you please point your toes back? Rise up enough. You might take hands to hips first, sinking in slowly. Or arms can extend up. Navel draws to spine. You could take the gaze up or look forward. But since we're going for steady and open, find that in the body. Good. Notice that if you push your left knee towards your right foot and your right foot towards your left knee, does that create a greater sense of steadiness? Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Tuck left toes under. Right leg back. Lower through right here. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, back over the toes. 3 breaths, we watch them. Inhale, exhale, bend your knees, look past your hands, step or float forward. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, release the arms. And you got it. Close the eyes again. And see how far down into the ground you can root your attention. How open does the body feel this morning? All right, send the arms up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Now inhale, right leg back, knee to the floor, top of the foot to the floor. I always like to pause here, just let my hip flexors catch up with the movement. Invite some opening. Arms up. Remember hummingbird hands at the top as if we're holding one. Extending. Watching the breath. And inhale. Exhale, hands down, right toes tucked, left leg back, lower. Inhale, we open. Exhale back, right over the toes. 4 breaths. Strong legs. And the breath gradually opens through the practice. Begins to lengthen on its own. Nothing we have to force. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look past the hands, step or float forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, chair pose. You could have the arms so that they're parallel with each other. We just sit back and down. Watching the breath. Sitting down a little bit more deeply, perhaps. Now let's take the arms back behind us. Separate the feet, hip width apart. Rise up. Inhale, take the breath high into top chest. Exhale, fold forward over bent knees. Have the belly and the thighs make contact. Then draw the shoulder blades together. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Head and neck relaxes. Reach up and out of the hands. So lately I've been interested in moving without using the arms so much, accessing the lower body, having the lower body initiate the movement, because it's very easy for the arms to get over involved. A posture like this makes it a little bit more difficult for the arms to get involved. Now feel your heels root. Bend the knees some more. Inhale, we rise all the way up. Send the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, out, and down. Now take your left leg back behind you again. Bring the knee to the floor. Top of the foot to the floor. Then walk the right foot out to the right just a little bit. And go ahead and sink the left leg downward toward the ground. And notice your pelvis here. The difference between letting the right hip move out to the right and drawing the right hip toward midline. Notice the difference between coming onto the outside of the right foot, so you're right there on the edge of the foot, versus sole of the foot down. And see for yourself, where does it feel a little bit more steady, and where is there an edge? An edge where you can practice being steady. And then make a choice for the next 5 breaths. Where would you like to be? Some of you may decide to come down further. Good, watching each breath as we do. Then hands back if you made that choice to come down. Tuck left toes under. Sweep right leg back. Either meet in downward dog or slowly lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, over the toes, downward dog. Good. How many have we taken of these downward dogs already? Maybe 8, 9. So the invitation still stands. Steadiness. Come rain or shine. Yeah, you know it's an inside job, yeah? It doesn't necessarily make it easier, but it's an inside job. We inhale, exhale, knees bend, look past the hands, step or float forward. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, release the arms. Yes, that's right. Close the eyes for a moment. Feel in. Where can we lengthen? Where can we soften? Where can we relax a little bit and open? Arms rise again. Inhale. Exhale, we fold. Right leg back, knee to the floor, top of the foot to the floor. Good. Walk left foot over to the side a little bit. Let the right thigh sink downward. And you have a choice here whether you can make this, you can soften the right leg or you can activate the right leg as you come down. Check out to see what it's like on the outer edge of the left foot. Notice now if you drag the right knee toward the left heel, what does that do? And some of you may decide to come onto forearms. Steady, even, open breath. Good. If you made the choice to come onto the forearms, navel to spine as you bring your hands back to the ground, tuck your right toes under, sweep your left leg back, lower through. Inhale, opening, exhale back over the toes. Here we are again. You're remembering that more than 99% of this body broken down is space. So what the heck does that mean? It means that at the deepest level, we're mostly composed of space. So if I say, turn yourself into an invitation, you notice all of the ideas that we have about what's taking place inside of that body, your body. Let's dissolve all of that and see if we can feel into this space. We inhale, exhale, bend the knees, look past the hands, step or float forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rising all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, release the arms. It's like waking up in the morning. It's another day. What are we going to do with this one? Close the eyes for a moment. Feel into this space. All right, chair pose. Bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale, folding forward, out and down. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, step or float back lower through the way you do. Inhale, opening. Exhale, back. Now let's pivot the left heel to the ground, draw the right foot forward between the hands. When you do that, pull your feet in toward each other. line up your heels so that they, yep, heel alignment, and then gradually rise up. We'll take the arms up first. Only go as far as you can feel open through the shoulders. Even out the weight between the feet. Notice if the pelvis can be neutral. The answer may be no, but we shoot for that. And then release the arms behind you. Interlace the way you wouldn't normally. Then inhale, open the chest. Exhale, folding forward. And let the head and neck relax. Now you may find, as the right sit bone moves toward the left sit bone, that this is not comfortable for you, in which case you could spin up onto the ball of the left foot. See how it feels. Attempting to draw to midline, lifting up out of the arms. Relaxing head and neck. What do we call this pose? We call it humble warrior. Watching the breath. Inhale, exhale, release the hands to the ground, meet in downward dog or take a vinyasa, as we say. Good, settling back into downward dog, I think of as another kind of mountain pose, where we have a chance to come to a sense of equilibrium in body and breath. Between the length of the inhale and the exhale, and the way we are placing our weight in our body, between lower body and upper body. Send left leg up and back, inhale. Exhale, draw the foot forward between the hands. Pivot the right heel. Heel alignment, slowly rise. Settling in. Rooting through your right foot. Looking up at the hands if that's comfortable. Finding the whole sole of your right foot, especially the outer edge of the right foot. Inhale. Exhale, release the arms. Grasp the other way. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, folding, bowing. And extending up out of the arms. Head and neck relaxes. Feet might pull in toward each other. Watching the breath. Steady and open. So that's the invitation. And we practice that invitation on the mat so that when all hell breaks loose, we have this felt sense to return to. Inhale, exhale, hands down now, left leg back, meet in downward dog or lower. Inhale, exhale. Good. Equanimity from lower body to upper body. Feel the front of your thighs extend up and back. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look past your hands, step or float forward. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise back into chair pose. And then exhale, release. Mountain pose. Okay, so big shocker, close the eyes. Feel into the ground. Notice the chest and the upper back. Relax anything that's working too hard. Yep, like we're an open invitation. A steady, present, open invitation. Now bend your knees again. Have your fingertips just graze the ground. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward, out and down. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, step or float back, lower through. Inhale. Exhale, back over the toes. The right leg now sweeps up and back. And we stack the hips. And we keep the right leg straight so we can get a lot of space. Make a lot of space with the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, right thigh to rib cage. Foot lands lightly. Back heel pivots. We still got, well, we'll probably go for heel arch here. Then inhale, let's open. See if it's true for you, whether you like heel arch or heel in Warrior Two. Settling a little bit, coming down. Then pull the feet in toward each other for a little bit more stability. All right, so Humble Warrior again, but this time it's Warrior Two, so it feels a little bit different. Let's try it. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale. Exhale. As you fold forward, the rib cage comes to the inner right leg. Yep, don't lose your legs here. They pull in toward each other. Lift the arms up and out. Relax head and neck. A little bit of coaxing of the right sit bone toward the left sit bone. And what does this Humble Warrior feel like? You know, humility is one of our, it's an ally. Humility is connected to listening and curiosity, which is all connected to opening. You know, not being willing to not know also creates a lot more trust with what we call our gut, our deeper intuition. Inhale, exhale. Now just for kicks, take your fingertips to the floor and walk your right foot over to the right a little bit. And then turn, spin onto the ball of the left foot. And see if the right arm will slide under the right leg. You could go light with the fingertips here. Some of you are feeling this in the right hip quite a bit. Don't lose your navel in the process. Have the front side of your body help to support this pose like an umbrella. Some of you might take one arm behind your back and the other arm behind your back. I love this idea. Well, I don't love it, but I'm learning to live with it, of living with the arms tied behind one's back. How do we still show up when we've got a lot less to work with, seemingly? Hands down, right leg back, lower through. Inhale, we open, and exhale back. Good, as in limitations, the mother of creativity. Wake up the front of the legs. Notice what the upper body is doing here. Watch the breath. Good, left leg lifts. Stacking the hips. Extend through the left leg like somebody is gently pulling from above. Inhale, exhale, take your time. Left foot lands, right heel pivots. Come on up. Okay, I feel sad about facing away from you, but settle in. Hands come to hips. Good, invite the hips to open a little bit. The idea is that the thighs parallel with the floor, but that's not totally necessary. Feel the feet move in toward each other. Then grasp the other way. Inhale, exhale. Now negotiate this, drawing the rib cage toward inner leg
as left sit bone moves toward the inner right heel. And lift up out of your arms, but let the head and neck soften. Looking probably at the root of this pose, which is at your right foot. Yeah, humble warrior. And then we release the hands to the floor. We might spin onto the ball of the right foot. We might be able to keep the heel down. Notice how that feels for you. And then take your left arm, slide it under your left leg. Lightly fingertips to the floor. Steady your gaze. And if you still feel steady and open here, then we're inviting steadiness and openness into drawing the hands back behind us. Navel to spine. Noticing the pelvis, imagine drawing the outer hips toward each other. Okay, wow, we inhale, exhale, hands to the ground, left leg back, lower down, come all the way onto the belly, and let's rest for a moment on a cheek. Good, grounded. This is an advantage to lying back. It's quite easy to ground, isn't it? We just let the weight of gravity take us. Bend your knees. Let the legs shift off right to left. Windshield wiper, like we're dusting. But we're doing our dusting in the hips, aren't we? And then go ahead, release the legs long. All right, first the hands come under the shoulders, and we'll take a cobra. Inhale, pull your mat, lengthen the front spine. And I like to shimmy a little bit left to right. See if I can, I kind of walk up the staircase of my spine with each little shimmy. See if I can get a little bit more space. The legs are so strong and straight, and I'm counting on you to keep the legs grounded. Good, pull the mat, have this be up or back. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release, resting on the other cheek. Feeling how the breath, well, it opens with back bends, doesn't it? Hands now. Well, let's take care of one other piece of business here first. Bend your knees. Let's reach back toward our ankles. Lift the thighs. If you're not holding the ankles, the arms can extend back. Legs go up. Strong legs open. Open across top chest. You could play with, on your inhale, each inhale, can it become a little bit longer? Inhale, one deep inhale. Exhale, coming down, releasing. Oh, that feels good. Hands under the shoulders. Just take your hips back behind you. And then let's come onto our buttocks for a moment. Wrap your arms around your legs. Draw the knees in close. extend your left leg long. Take hold of the outside of your right foot. And then, as if we're opening up a bow, we'll draw the right leg back behind us. Now here's the key. We're going to go back and forth a few times. Notice the difference between doing it without the hands. We may not feel like we're going very far. And then let's take one satisfying with the hand, drawing down. It may not be that satisfying either. Good, then release right leg, draw left leg in. First a little bit of pull. Okay, then back and forth, just using the leg. Yeah. And we're still keeping both sit bones down. If we took the right sit bone off right now, we'd be able to take it a lot farther, but at the moment, we just want to see what we can do here. Okay, let's take this last one, hand around, left foot. You know, where does it go? Keep the spine as long as you can. Good, then release. Okay, now from here, let's bend both knees. And we'll go ahead, if the right sit bone comes off for our purposes today, that's okay. We're headed to the left. And then first, just let the sit bones come off. See where you'll go. In fact, you could really twist. So the right knee lands really close to the sole of the left foot. So we've let the sit bones come off here. Let's do one more on the other side. Okay, now how far do we go if both sit bones stay rooted? That's really interesting, isn't it? They probably don't go very far. And it could very well be, if you've been living for a little while, that. And for a moment, we'll just relax. Okay, so if you're still with me, I think for a little bit there was a disruption. So at the moment, we're just lying here. And the idea was, depending on where we got disrupted, we were taking the legs one at a time in without using the arms. Just feeling what that's like. Now we're going to take both legs, extend the legs, push the legs up toward the ceiling, and then if they happen to extend over the face, lovely. But reach through your heels. Keep your tailbone down on the ground. Good. Separate your toes wide. Oh, yes. Feel that huge activation through the legs. Okay. So I think we're as prepared as we're going to be for this next step here. Cross the ankles, slowly roll up. Take the hands to the floor, the legs back behind us. Lower through if you wish, or meet in downward dog. And what happens next is the right leg goes up. We stack the hips. We might bend the knee this time. Take a look at the foot. Good. Really lengthen through the left leg. And then right foot forward between the hands. Left knee to the floor. Top of the left foot to the floor. Folding forward if that's available to you. So we make with some humility here as we gradually explore this new space in a very open way. Some of us might draw the inner right thigh toward the torso, take the right arm through and the left arm through and sink in. We might bring the head toward the floor. Some of us might take the fingertips to the floor and walk the right foot out any amount. But notice that you can pull the feet in toward each other, the legs in toward each other, so that you do create some sense of stability and ground at the pelvis. Let the head and neck go wherever you are. Good, then tuck your left toes under. Lift up, separate your feet so they're about 4 feet apart. Grasp big toes with middle and index fingers. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding. Drawing the sit bones toward each other. Bending the knees, feeling the legs. So we just cannot get enough leg work. So important, especially right now. Because otherwise we will fly up and out of our body with the amount of anxiety that we feel. So rooting, grounding cannot be overemphasized. Not to mention the fact that with all of the suffering going on, it is very easy to want to escape because it's hard work to feel into our heart. And so as yoga practitioners, the work, instead of up and out, it's up and then right back down into the body and into the heart. Good, turning. There's no escape, in case you hadn't noticed. Good, take your hands to the ground. Sweep left leg up and back, stack the hips. Bend the knee. Make room. You can push the left foot up and over to the side. You can make room in the breath. Inhale. Exhale slowly. Left foot lands. Right knee lands. Sinking. Now we make some choices. This may be great where we are. We might come in low. Take the arms through the legs. Some of us might even straighten the left leg, come all the way down. But let's do it in an activated way so the legs are engaged. And can we let the head and neck relax wherever we choose to be? Good. Slowly we find our way out of that. Right toes tuck under. Good. Let's pause here. Come down low. So we've got the knees bent. Hands on the thighs. Inhale. Exhale. Draw the elbow and the shoulder to midline. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Good. Then hands to the ground. Right leg back. Downward dog. Slowly come to a seat the way that you do. Okay, so it's a little easier to see this way. If you draw the right foot in, create a little bit of space between your foot and the inner leg. Folding forward. Notice that the right sit bone is going to come off. Your arms are on the inside. Likely this thigh will want to roll out. Pull it in. Yep, inner thigh draws into midline. And sink. Some of you will be able to turn the arms down and reach back. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Use the right foot pressing. Good. Slowly rise up. Almost every time we've taught this during this time, a lot of the COVID classes have been about steadiness because of the importance of it during this time. And almost every time I've taught about steadiness, we've lost the internet in some way. And the show, the show must go on regardless, yes?
I'm sure you have so many obstacles that you are working with in your life right now. So we bring the left foot in, see that space, keep this hugged, fold, push, and relax into where you are right now. A little bit, soften. Maybe you can reach the arms back behind you. Maybe the hands are here. Maybe you're simply folding. Use the sole of your left foot. It's little things like that that can change the practice and our perception in general, that for years I never engaged the sole of the left foot here. I just folded, but in doing so, I had access to so much more strength. And I love that idea, yes, because that's essentially how the practice works. We find out we're capable of so much more than we knew. We slowly come up, we bring the soles of the feet together, root the sit bones, and take a walk. What will happen today? Where can I go inside internally today? Can I find a place to dwell? Maybe it's kindness, maybe it's patience. And use an inner quality as a measure of how I show up today. How often was I patient when my reaction was to want to be impatient? How often was I generous when my reaction was to hold back? Good. Slowly we inhale, come up. Okay, let's lie back. Take your time, take your sweet time. Good, draw the knees into the chest once again. Take the left leg long, the right leg extends. We've been here before. We bring the palms together in prayer position. We lift head and neck off the floor. We see if the right arm will install itself behind the thigh. We say a little prayer. Some of us might extend the right leg a little bit. And then we release, place the head back down, switch the legs. Left leg, do the work, pull like you're pulling on a bow with your legs, lifting up. Maybe left arm slides on top of thigh, maybe it doesn't. Extending, reaching, and then down we come. Good. From here, take the arms wide like cactus and go ahead, let the legs just fall to the right, looking toward the left. Grounding. How much opening can we feel from the inside out? Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come to the other side. Allow the shoulder blades to soften downward. Imagining the realization of the whole thing being space. Noticing what is easy to open to and what's not so easy to open to. And then slowly inhale, come back up. Let's release the legs long. You might take a star-shaped
Shavasana a little bit wider this morning. Closing the eyes and allowing the body to completely relax. So I'm going to read you a long passage this morning for your Shavasana. It's appropriate today. Well, it's appropriate every day, but it's really appropriate today. Firmly establish your intention to live your life for the healing of the world. Be conscious of it, honor it, nurture it every day. Be fully present in our time. Find the courage to breathe in the suffering of the world. Allow peace and healing to breathe out through you in return. Do not meet power on its own terms. See through to its real nature, mind and heart-made. Lead your response from that level. Simplify. Clear away the dead wood in your life. Look for the heartwood and give it the first call on your time, the best of your energy. Put down the leaden burden of saving the world alone. Join with others of like mind. Align yourself with the forces of resolution. Hold in a single vision, in the same thought, the transformation of yourself and the transformation of the world. Live your life around that edge, always keeping it in sight. As a bird flies on two wings, balance outer activity with inner sustenance. Following your heart, realize your gifts. Cultivate them with diligence to offer knowledge and skill to the world. Train in nonviolence of body, speech, and mind. With great patience with yourself, learn to make beautiful each action, word, and thought. In the crucible of meditation, bring forth day by day into your own heart the treasury of compassion, wisdom, and courage for which the world longs. Sit with hatred until you feel the fear beneath it. Sit with fear until you feel the compassion beneath that. Do not set your heart on particular results. Enjoy positive action for its own sake and rest confident that it will bear fruit. When you see violence, greed, and narrow-mindedness in the fullness of its power, walk straight into the heart of it, remaining open to the sky and in touch with the earth. Staying open, staying grounded, remember that you are the inheritor of the strengths of thousands of generations of life. Staying open, staying grounded, recall that the thankful prayers of future generations are silently within you. Staying open, staying grounded, be confident in the magic and power that arise when people come together in a great cause. Staying open, staying grounded, know that the deep forces of nature will emerge to the aid of those who defend the earth. Staying open, staying grounded, have faith that the higher forces of wisdom and compassion will manifest through our actions for the healing of the world. When you see weapons of hate, disarm them with love. When you see armies of greed, meet them in the spirit of sharing. When you see fortresses of narrow-mindedness, breach them with truth. When you find yourself enshrouded in dark clouds of dread, dispel them with fearlessness. When forces of power seek to isolate us from each other, reach out with joy. In it all and through it all, holding to your intention, let go into the music of life. Dance.
So slowly, slowly, let's make our way up. Drawing the arms around the legs, giving ourselves a hug. Feeling that the open invitation that we are. What will we do with that today? Send one arm up over the head and roll to one side. Let the head rest. May the merits of our practice benefit all beings everywhere. And then gradually make your way up to a comfortable seat. Thank you for your patience with me and for patience with the forces that be. I'm so grateful that I can make contact with you at all. Let's draw the palms together at the heart. We'll close with one Om, inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Bring the hands to the forehead, right thought. May we be steady. May we be present. May we be joyful. The hands come to the mouth, right speech. May our words improve upon the silence. And our hands come to our heart, right action. May we be the change that we wish to see. Namaste. Oh my. Okay, so go forth, warriors. Do the difficult thing. Do the difficult thing. We all know what the difficult thing is in our life that's next to do, don't we? All right, I'm glad to know that you're out there doing the difficult thing with me. And I will see you next Saturday, hopefully sooner. If you check our site, I've got a mentorship program coming and I would be happy to have you. There's a few spots left. I will be offering a fall meditation series also. And I'm running a 100-hour meditation. Basically, it's a certification. You can look at that on the site. I haven't announced it formally yet. It's sitting there on the site. But take a look at Breathe Together Yoga. And free meditation beginning very soon on Thursday morning at 8:15 through Zoom. All right? Good. Take care.